In this timeline, Lucifer thought about going to fight Vox, but he couldn't do it, obviously because he can't smite a sinner. But after Vaggie told Lucifer to, well, scare Vox, he knew he had to do something. He might not be able to kill him, but he can get rid of it another way. And that's all he had to do, to think about this subjectively. As in, Lucifer decided to leave and to hire someone. He could hire a great and powerful demon lord to take him out. If he did that, that could cause class warfare, seeing powerful demons taking out lower ones. He had to make this retreat. He had to make sure that no one knew who took them out. Someone low, someone who wouldn't get too much trouble if caught. And as he was searching, he would find a little group called IMP. He was walking in, about to go in, but then he was like, wait a sec, I need a disguise. If they knew who I was kind of defeat the whole purpose of me doing this. He would just snap his fingers and make a dark robe. As he walked in, he would say, hello, so you guys kill people for money? Kill people on Earth, pal. It's kind of our job. We go up and kill people on Earth who've wronged you before you die. Lucifer would say, is that legal? Who cares? Anyway, if I doubled it, could you kill someone in hell? Someone who's already a sinner, if I gave you the right equipment? Blitz would say, keep talking. It depends on how much and how powerful they are. Well, it's Vox. As Blitz would spit out his drink. Vox, the most powerful man in hell. No way. There's no way I would ever do that. As in Lucifer would say, what's the amount you charge normally? Don't lie, I can look at the pantlets. He would tell him that, and then Lucifer would say, I'll triple it. And I'll let you keep the weapon I give you. Half up front, half when it's done. Blitz said that's enough money just to keep it and not do it. As he would say, deal. As he shook his hand, Lucifer would give him half and then he would walk away. As Luna would say, holy shit, Dad. That's awesome. As Blitz would say, what? You're gonna kill a sinner, a powerful one. We work for them all the time, giving them money and stuff. I'm sure with one of our clients we can get intel on it and we can easily wipe them out. Blitz would say, yeah, I was kind of planning on, well, just taking half, and suddenly Luna would just slap Blitz. As she would say, listen, Blitz, you do understand this, right? We don't know who he is. He could destroy us. Besides, we're trained assassins. We can do this, father. Blitz would say, you tell me, call me dad. I'll call you it again if you do it. Blitz would say, fine. Let's do it. As Moxxie would say, all right, we got it, sir. Midley would say, it's gonna be fun. I can't wait. It's gonna be so exciting. Midley would say, super ecstatic. As Moxxie would say, I agree. As they all got ready to kill Vox. Now, normally they wouldn't be super excited about this, but all that money, that could get them going for a while now. And they kind of need some cash. I mean, they kind of became heroes with imps and lower class after the whole Satan fiasco, but still, this will do a long ways. As then, we cut to Lucifer. As he went back, Vaggie would say, you didn't go to Vox. Lucifer would say, oh, I had that covered. As then he would walk away. As Vox would hear this, he'd become paranoid, because remember, Angel Dust is a spy. As Lucifer saying he'd already took care of him, that worried Vox. I mean, he said he couldn't fight him directly, right? So how did he take care of him? Did he plan a spy? He got so nervous, so awkward, so scared. Maybe he knew Angel was a spy. Maybe he was playing with him. Maybe he actually was scary like the rumors said. But then he put all that beside him and decided to go out and give his speech. As Vox was giving his speech, we cut to Blitz, who was getting ready with the plan. As Stolas would say, Blitz, I don't want you doing this. So looked shocked and said, we can live in a mansion after this. Do you understand what we can do again? I can give you back the life you wanted. The life that you had. I didn't want that life, Blitz. I was born into it. Listen, being rich is better than being poor. I'll admit that. Okay? And a lot of everything does kind of suck now. But I'm with you. And that's the most important part. And, well, I don't want to lose you. Okay, Blitz? Blitz would say, what? As in, Stolas would start to sing, I love you, Blitzy. You are the love of my life. I wanted you since I was a kid. I had a crush on you. I can't let you go. This song has no rhythm. As then Blitz would start to sing back. As Stolas and Blitz would sing about each other. Sing about their love. Sing about their life. Blitz thought about not doing it. But then Luna would say, Dad, come on now. You can do this. It's just one job. Stolas would then look and say, why do you want this so bad? Luna would say, because Listen. I'm a hellhound. I'm even lower than an imp. who's lower than a sinner, someone who just dies and comes here. We have to do this to prove ourselves. Blitz would then look at Stolas, and Stolas would say, you can go, but if you die, I'll never forgive you. Blitz would say, then I won't die. Simple as that. As Stolas would smile back at him, lightly, as they both kissed. Blitz would then get up and leave. As Stolas would wait for him, sighing, hoping that he would come back, hoping that he'd be safe, hoping that he'd be okay. That he would be okay. As then we cut to Lucifer, as he was waiting in his dark robe, so they didn't know who he was. As the robe covered his identity, he waited and waited, as he was nervous about this. Could he really do this? Have Vox be killed? I mean, he was a troll for the hotel, and he was a maniac, a terrible person. But that does kind of go against their message that they're trying to send. As he thought about this, Blitz would say, hey, what's up? So, what's the plan? He would say, I'm going to buff you up, give you magic to make you stronger. And with this strength, you'll be able to kill him. As one of you will have to work for him, so you can destroy him. As they all would look at each other. They didn't want Luna to do it, for obvious reasons. Valentine would get quite touchy. Blitz was dating, and the other two were married. So it's kind of like, well, who is willing to do it? Moxxie would say, Millie, can I do it? Millie would say, yeah, hun, but be careful. Moxxie would nod, as in Lucifer would say, all right. Then Lucifer would give him a dagger and start to enchant it, as he enchanted him too. You can hide your power like this. I believe in you. Be careful now. Moxxie would nod. As Moxxie would then get ready, he would then go into the building and ask for a job. Valentina would love to have him as a cute little maid where he can slap his behind. Millie wasn't too thrilled about that. Neither was Moxxie, but it was worth it to kill Vox, he said to himself. So that's what he would do. He would work there for a few weeks. As Vox was getting more and more cocky, he would slowly forget about what Lucifer said and focus on the present. As Moxxie waited, he waited for his time to strike. He waited for his time to kill Vox. As he stayed in that place, waiting and waiting and waiting, eventually he would see his opportunity. As his enchantment grew, as his dagger became sharper, became burning with a passion, he saw Vox, and he was ready to strike. As then, Moxxie would wait till his speech was finished. Vox talked to the crowd, rally them up, talk about invading heaven. But he needed to get Lucifer. But for some reason, Lucifer wasn't answering his calls, even when it was from Charlie. Weird. As Vox would lay down in bed, he would sigh, as Moxxie would sneak into his room with his dagger, about to strike him. But before he could strike his neck, Vox would grab his hand and say, did you really think I'm that stupid? A little imp like you? I could tell something was up. As then he would start to shock him, but then Moxxie would be able to punch him, send him flying with his enchanted abilities. As then he would call for backup, hitting a button on his wrist. As Moxxie would begin to fight Vox, Vox would start to tear him up. He would grab him and shock him and say, I'm going to call the others, and you're going to be our little plaything. We're going to have so much fun playing. As suddenly the wall would burst open, and Millie would say, no one plays my husband but me. As she threw an axe at Vox, Vox would dodge it, only for Luna would jump on him and bite his arm. As he pushed them away, he was about to call for backup. They could tell Valentino and Vel were probably coming, because they were making a lot of noise. So to hurry up, Blitz would grab his pistol and begin to blast at Vox. Vox would dodge it all, but then Moxxie would slowly crawl towards him and stab him right in the back, cause him to fall down and begin to bleed. As then they all left, Valentina would open the door to see Vox laying on the ground, dying. As Valentina would watch Vox die, a tear came from his eye, as he would say, huh, idiot. He would simply walk away. As Vox would slowly die, looking at him, he wanted to build something beautiful like he did on Earth, but he was killed before he could do it. As the IMP gang would meet up with that mysterious figure. As then he would take off his robe and say, surprise! As Blitz would say, are you Lucifer? Holy crap. Yep. People think I'm too goofy and silly now, but I just murdered someone in cold blood. Not super goofy now, am I? As then they would all say, no, kind of uncomfortable. As then Lucifer would give them extra money. As Blitz would say, hey, my Stolas kind of lost his nobility stash. I was wondering if, oh, I could do that. Whatever. He pulls out a contract, signs in, just gives it to Blitz. There, done. He then walks away. As Blitz would say, wow, he's scary, yet more kind than the others. Luna would say, yeah. I wonder what that's about. Moxxie would say, it's probably best not to pry. Let's go. As then they left with their money. As we cut back to the hotel, everyone would be watching as Vox was assassinated. People were scared. People were upset. And as Vaggie would walk up to Lucifer and say, what did you do? Lucifer would simply say, I didn't do anything. All I did was watch. As then he would walk away.